The attack on the town, the ruins of the small town are engulfed in chaos. Smoke from burning buildings darkens the sky. The cries of townsfolk echo through the streets, drowned out by the barked orders of the Iron Order soldiers. Armored troops march heavily across shattered cobblestones, forcefully herding the frightened citizens. Hidden behind the crumbled remains of a wall, a young girl with disheveled hair watches intently. Yumi, her heart pounding in her chest, grips a stone tightly in her trembling hand. Her gaze flickers between fear and reckless defiance. A sudden movement betrays her presence, and a soldier advances, sword raised. But before he can strike, a shadow moves faster. Kale, clad in dark armor, steps forward with fluid precision. His katana cuts through the dim light of the flames, leaving the soldier lifeless. Kyle extends a hand to Yumi. Without a word, she knows this is the start of something bigger. The battle begins. Kale's movements are a deadly dance, swift and efficient, a stark contrast to the chaos around him. In an enchanted forest, sunlight streams through dense canopies, casting dappled patterns on the forest floor. A faint, shimmering glow draws attention. Forgotten artifact rests atop a moss-covered pedestal. The sound of rustling leaves reveals Kiro, a nimble thief darting from tree to tree. His movements are quick and calculated, but his curiosity leads him too close to danger. Behind his cocky demeanor hides untapped potential. In an alchemist's cave, a faint green light illuminates the cavern walls. Tables cluttered with bubbling vials and strange tools dominate the space. Hajime, engrossed in his experiments, carefully handles a glowing crystal. His age shows in his shaky hands, but his mind remains sharp. Each invention he creates seems to be a calculated rebellion against the Iron Order's tyranny. On a deserted battlefield, thunderclouds loom overhead, mirroring the desolation of the scene. Arya, clad in heavy armor, kneels beside a makeshift grave, her expression stoic yet burdened. She buries the last of her fallen comrades, each motion deliberate and filled with pain. Her broad shoulders carry the weight of countless battles and losses, but her resolve remains unbroken. In a traditional home, a simple room lit by the soft glow of an ancestral shrine, Taro sits motionless, his gaze fixed on the portraits of his forebears. In his trembling hands, he holds a clan leader's headband, a symbol of responsibility he is hesitant to accept. The quiet tension in the room mirrors his internal struggle. The fight against the Iron Order, training and strategy. In a hidden clearing turned rebel camp, the group prepares for battle. Weapons are laid out on the ground. Hand-drawn maps are spread across a crude wooden table. Kale demonstrates sword techniques to Yumi, his precise movements contrasting with her clumsy yet eager attempts to mimic him. Nearby, Hajime explains the workings of a glowing device to Arya, who watches with cautious curiosity. Kiro tinkers with mechanical traps, occasionally flashing a mischievous grin. Their faces are tense, but beneath the surface, a sense of unity begins to form. Slowly, they transform from a band of misfits into a cohesive force. The first battle, the Iron Order's factory looms on the horizon, its towering chimneys spewing red smoke. The mechanical rumble of machines creates an ominous backdrop. The group infiltrates the facility under the cover of darkness. Kiro climbs the steel beams with cat-like agility, his footsteps silent against the metal. Arya charges head-on, her armored form smashing through enemy ranks, each swing of her weapon echoing like thunder. Kale moves through the chaos like a shadow, his katana a blur of precision. Hajime triggers a carefully timed explosion, destroying a key bridge and creating a diversion. The battle is messy, chaotic, but the team's newfound coordination shines through. Sacrifice and victory. The betrayal. In the shadowy depths of the forest, the rebel camp comes under siege. Torches carried by the Iron Order light up the darkness, their approach relentless. Taro stands apart from the group, his gaze distant and troubled. As the others prepare to fight, he turns towards the advancing soldiers, his choice clear. Betrayal. The weight of fear and doubt has driven him to side with the enemy. The rebellion falters under the assault. Yumi and Arya fight desperately, their faces etched with shock and pain as they grapple with Taro's betrayal. The final battle, the Iron Order's fortress, towers above a blood-red horizon. Magical bolts of lightning streak across the sky, illuminating the battlefield below. The rebels, now hardened by loss, charge forward in one final assault, led by Kale. Within the fortress, Hajime activates a destructive weapon. Its blinding light consumes everything in its path. he does not retreat, choosing to sacrifice himself to ensure the mission's success. Kale faces the Iron Order's commander in a climactic duel. Their blades clash in a fierce, fiery battle. Every strike from Kale carries the fury and grief of his fallen comrades. On a once scorched plain, new blades of grass push through the earth, a symbol of renewal. Yumi, Arya, and Kiro sit around a small campfire, their faces weary but alive. Kael stands silently, his katana planted in the ground beside him, gazing out at the horizon. The crackle of the fire fills the quiet air, a fragile peace settling over them. Though diminished, the group finds solace in their survival and hope in the possibility of a brighter future.